Hi, I'm Helen with Floating Yoga School. I'm here today at Maui Yoga Loft, my home studio here on Maui, and we're going to do a little mini wall class. So using the wall as a prop to find some space, to find some support, to change the way we feel our practice. If you have a steady wall area, please set yourself up with the short edge of your mat toward the wall. You can use a door, make sure that it's secure, no one's going to open it onto you or you're going to fall into the doorway. And no worries, you can do this whole practice without a wall. Just imagine that sense of support with the wall. When you're ready, we're going to get started with legs up the wall, your bum all the way to the wall. If you're not using a wall, you can take a waterfall pose, legs straight up to the sky. So you can get yourself up by scooting all the way toward the wall, lie down onto one side, and then bring your legs up. And depending on the flexibility of your hamstrings, you might want your bum closer or further away from the wall. You can certainly bend your knees. Let your arms rest wherever they comfortably land. And take a moment here to just arrive. You can probably hear the chickens, the roosters outside. In my environment, notice what you notice in your own space, any sounds near and far. And then start to shift your awareness more inward. Notice how you're feeling, what's going on, what your energy is like, any areas that are talking to you. And begin to lengthen and deepen your breath. If you'd like to set an intention for your practice today, now is a good time to do that. My intention will be to find support and to lean into the support. Perhaps that resonates with you here on your mat or off your mat in life. Or something else. Let it be personal. Reach your arms up over your head. Extend your legs a little longer. Find a full body stretch. And then draw knees into your chest. Feet can come to the wall or squeeze in. Rock a little bit side to side. We'll come back to that shape, so we'll see how it changes as our practice progresses. Turn yourself to one side and find your way to hands and knees, tabletop position. So the wall is behind you. We'll adjust with the wall as needed. Spread your fingertips wide, shoulders right above your wrists, hips right above your knees. Pause here for a moment. Imagine you're buckling a seatbelt across your low hips. Engage your low belly. Engage your pelvic floor and find a sense of stability. Tuck your toes, lift your knees, create a little hover, building some warmth and heat right away. One more deep breath in. Exhale, release your knees down. Drop your belly, inhale, cow pose. Tailbone lifts, heart reaches forward. Exhale to cat, scoop round, really press the ground away. Twice more like that. Breathe in, belly down, lengthen. Breathe out, scoop and round. Inhale, cow. Exhale to your cat. Come back toward neutral. Shift your weight to your left hand, your left knee. Left foot pivots behind you. We're going to use the wall for a supported side plank. So you might have to adjust. If you're not using a wall, or if you prefer not to use the wall, you're welcome to find this without. But see if you can really press your foot into the wall. You can play with turning toes up, more external rotation, or keeping toes forward, more neutral internal rotation. Right arm to the sky or up over your head to find some space. Wherever you are, see if you can press through your right foot, create extension, and then slowly release. Back to hands and knees and right away to the other side. Find your setup, the shape that works. Create the space and length And use the support for that feedback to notice where you can extend, expand even a little bit more. Nice. Gently release. Back to hands and knees, tabletop position. Find a downward facing dog, hips to the sky. And gently walk your hands back toward your feet. We'll take forward fold with your bum on the wall. You might scoot your feet a little bit back, or you might really lean into your heels. Let your head and neck relax. Knees can bend a lot here. We're letting gravity do the work. We're not forcing the stretch, and we're using that wall support behind us to just feel it a little bit differently. Release your arms. Keep your tailbone heavy, your knees soft. Roll to standing, stacking your spine so your head is the last thing to arrive. When you get to the top, turn toward the wall. Find a downward facing dog with your hands on the wall, right about shoulder height, maybe even a little bit lower. Fingertips point up. Walk your feet back. You decide how far. Let your head and neck fall between your arms. Breathe here. Lift your chest. Bring your right foot forward. Find a high crescent lunge, using the wall to press your hands into. Press your back heel back. It may or may not get anywhere close to the ground. You're welcome to take it to a warrior one. For me, high crescent lunge feels better. If you want, you can be a little bit more upright, or you can find more of a stretch. And then swap it out. I'm going to step back and step forward with the other foot. You can adjust however you like. Just feel that feedback of the wall, pressing forward, pressing back. And then gently lift back up. Little shoulder stretch, right hand to the wall at shoulder height, thumb pointing up, fingers back. Begin to peel open your body as much as your body allows, working into the inside of your shoulder chest. And then all the way to the other side. Left hand to the wall. Ooh, my shoulder's a little bit funky there, so I'm going to move gentle. Working through a little biceps tendon issue, so always modify for your body. And slowly release. Come back toward facing the wall. We're going to find our forward fold toward the wall, and then just walk as much forward as you can or like to bring the back of your head or your back toward the wall. So depending on the day, depending on when I'm doing a practice like this, my body may be more or less open, but I'm going to use the wall to let some more weight come into my toes. You can take ragdoll, hold opposite elbows, similar to what we did with our bum to the wall, but this time the back of your head or upper back, whatever reaches the wall, using that support. One more round of breath. Slowly release. You can turn away from the wall. Walk your hands out, high plank, upper push-up. Hold here. Find strength, stability. Imagine you're standing and pressing your hands into the wall. Your body's in that same neutral position in your plank as you would be standing. Little shift forward, feel free to lower your knees. Chaturanga to your belly or halfway. Cobra or up dog, depending on where you went with your chaturanga. To downward facing dog, hips to the sky. Feel free to move around here, pedal, sway. Notice how your body feels. Reach your right foot to the wall without kicking it or to the sky. And just feel a little feedback here. Nice deep breath in. Exhale, step forward between your hands. Lower your left knee down. Both arms float high. Inhale. Use your exhale to settle and adjust. Breathe. Imagine there's a wall behind you, back of your head and back could lean into. Really find space through the front of your left thigh and hip flexors. Full breath in. Exhale, release your hand down. Lift your back knee, inhale, look forward. Exhale, step up, left foot meets right, relax your head and neck. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Fold, release, let it all go. Rise up, reach up, hands float high to the sky. Exhale, right hand down your right leg, left arm stretches up and over, side bend. A full breath in and out. Back to center, inhale. Take it to the other side, left hand down your left leg, right arm reaches up and over. One full round of breath. Back to center, breathe in, hands high. Forward fold, exhale, let everything go. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, hands down, right foot steps back. Lower your right knee down toward your mat. Both arms to the sky. Feel like you have that wall behind you. You could lean into, maybe a little press and lean forward into your hips, but still that support behind you. Breathe here. One more inhale. Exhale, release your hands down. We're going to carry left leg up and back, three-legged dog toward the wall. Make sure you don't kick it or hurt yourself, but just find where you need to adjust to create a little extra stretch. I feel it in my bottom leg a lot. Release your left foot down. High plank, upper push-up, breathe in. Your chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Back to downward facing dog, hips to the sky. We're gonna do the same thing, starting with our left leg and adding on a little bit. So left leg high toward the wall. This time you're gonna walk your hands back toward your right leg as much as you like, toward like a standing splits. So even deepening that stretch. Toes can be on the wall or the top of your foot can be on the wall, depending on how your body's feeling. Walk your hands forward again. Step your foot forward between your hands. High crescent lunge. Deep breath in, arms float up. Exhale, settle. Take a moment here to feel. A full breath in. Full breath out. One more inhale. Exhale, release your hands toward the ground. So we're going to find a supported warrior three. You're probably going to have to adjust your left foot back a little bit, maybe about halfway on your mat, and find the wall with your right foot. So left foot is still the grounded foot, the forward foot. Right foot is going to find the wall. And when you come up, if you need another adjustment, feel free to take it. This is a little bit of a workshop-y style flow. Hands can come to your heart and begin to lift your chest. Just as much as you like. You can always keep your hands on the earth. More of a standing split, supported warrior three, but use that feedback of the wall to really adjust hips, right forward, left back, flat low back. Maybe hands hover, heart lifts, big breath in. Exhale, release, right foot steps up to meet your left, and take a little walk toward the top of your space. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold, let it go. Rise up, reach up, arms float high to the sky. Exhale, right hand down your right leg. Maybe hand to hip, this time a little extra pressure. Full breath in. Full breath out. Back to center, inhale. Left hand down your left leg or to your hip. Exhale to your left. One full round of breath. Bring it back to center, hands float high. Palms come together in front of your heart. Take a moment here between our two sides, a little chair pose. Imagine there's a wall behind your bum you could sit into. And notice if you can lift your toes, spread them out one at a time, place them back down. Root down not just through your heels, but also through the front balls of your feet. Each side, some people say 4 corners of your feet. And breathe. One more inhale. Forward fold, let everything go. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, and take a little step backwards to set up for your warrior three on the other side. So this time, left foot will reach back, find the wall, adjust your setup. It's hard to know where foot needs to go. It does not have to be super high. So know that you can always readjust. You can stay, foot on the wall, even out your hips and low back, hands on the ground, more of a supported warrior three, or you can start to play with lifting your chest. Breathe, breathe, breathe wherever you're going. I like a little bend in my bottom leg. Feels pretty intense this morning for me. One more inhale. Exhale, release it down. We're going to lower foot, step your right foot forward, and find your high crescent lunge. Couple rounds of breath. Feel the steadiness. You just have the wall behind you. Feel the support of the ground below you, just like you're pressing into that wall. Press down to reach up. Nice equal and opposite energy. Beautiful. And slowly release your hands down. We're going to carry right leg up and back. Three-legged dog to find the wall. And then this time, walk your hands back toward your left foot, just taking that stretch a little bit further. Walk your hands back out in front. Release your foot. You can hang out in downward facing dog. You can find a child's pose or a flow. Couple moments to reconnect. Reset your breath. And gently walk your hands back toward your feet. Bring your feet a little bit wider. We'll move into a malasana squat, heels in, toes out. Sit down toward the ground. Hands to your heart. Open up through your chest, open up through your hips. You can play with one hand to the side, other hand into thigh, a little bit of movement, a little extra space, or any other variations that you like. Release hands down, take your hips high. Find a wide-legged forward fold with your bum against the wall. So walk back, lean back. Breathe into that sensation. Breathe into that support. Gently lift yourself up. And we'll play with a half moon using the wall against backs. Starting with your right toes turn. Right hand comes down toward the earth. Maybe it hovers. There's a nice little pop there in my hips. You can start to press your heel, your arm, maybe right glutes. Maybe some of us even left glutes. Mine are nowhere close toward the wall, but find that support. And slowly lift it back up and just take it to the other side. Turn your toes. Slide yourself down the wall. Adjust however is needed. Notice where you're in contact with the wall. You can press a little bit more, engage a little bit more, maybe relax into that support a little bit more. And then gently lift yourself back up. Star pose, using the wall, heels in, toes out. You can always take your feet wider, open up. Feel your bum, your head, your arms, maybe upper back pressing into the wall. And breathe. Nice, slowly release your hands down. Heel toe your feet in toward each other. Lift up through the crown of your head, roll through your spine, chin to chest, all the way down. You might have to adjust. I do, away from the wall. As my bum reaches back, my hands reach down. Relax head and neck. And then slowly walk yourself back out. High plank, upper push-up. Pause, take one last flow, or just hold. And then we'll gently lower knees down toward the floor and come back onto our backs with legs at the wall. I'm going to leave a little space away from the wall because I know my hips are tight. We're going to take figure 4 using the wall. So if your hips are tight as well, like mine, you might give yourself a little bit of room away. Feet will start on the wall. A little bend, but you decide how much. Right ankle over your left thigh. And you can really use the wall to press, maybe hands toward right thigh, or even scoot your left foot down. If you feel like you want more, scoot your hips closer to the wall. If you feel like you want less, scoot your hips away from the wall, or walk your left foot up. Maybe both. And when that's enough, release, switch sides, left ankle over right thigh. Same thing, adjust as you need. I've got a little bit more space on this side, so I might scoot myself forward. And you can slowly release from here. If you like to play with a shoulder stand using the wall, please, please, please keep your head and neck really still. We do not want side to side, and we definitely want to keep a little space behind your neck and the ground. So chin is lifted off your chest. Your chest might come to your chin, but we're not dropping chin to chest. If you're at all concerned, skip this pose. It's not one I teach a lot, but when I do teach it, I like using the wall. Hands by your sides. Feet on the wall as if you're setting up for a bridge pose. And you can start to lift your hips. If that feels like enough, stay. If you'd like a little bit more, maybe you interlace your fingers or bring your hands to your low back. You might walk your feet a little higher or play with taking your legs to the sky. The nice thing about this is you've got the wall. You don't have to throw your body around in space. Risk of injury much higher that way. So move with control. And when you feel like you've had enough, you can lower back down. We'll end with legs up the wall or that waterfall shape again. So if needed, scoot yourself a little closer. Legs can come straight up to the wall. If you like, you can open your legs wide. Wherever you are, let go of any last need to control. Feel your breath become light and natural once again. Please stay if you'd like a little bit more time, Or begin to introduce some movement, little wiggles, fingers, toes, wrists, and ankles. Maybe a full body stretch. We haven't done any twists, so we'll end with a little twist before we get up. Let your knees fall to one side. You can move away from the wall if you like. Open up. Shoulders, head can turn in the opposite direction of your legs. And then take that twist the other way. Lie onto one side and press yourself up to a seat. I invite you to use the wall behind you in your seat, scooting as close as needed to find that support with your upper back, with your head. Nice tall spine. Eyes closed or soft. Just a moment, one last time to feel the support. Notice where you can relax into support, lean into that support. Maybe feel things a little differently with support. Palms together in front of your heart. Thank yourself for making the time to move, to breathe, to be present. We'll bow our heads together in silence. Have a wonderful rest of your day. More wall stuff coming up, so stay tuned. I have longer flows. I'll link them below, and I'll add some more parts to this, getting into different shapes and different stretches using the wall plus additional props. As always, if you have requests, feedback, or anything you'd like to share, please don't hesitate to reach out, and be sure to follow along at floatingyogaschool.com for all the latest in-retreats, workshops, teacher trainings, fun stuff coming up. Hopefully, I'll practice again with you very soon.